So the last time we were Stig, it was a pretty close series, I think. I think we ended up winning 2-1 at the end, but it was a pretty hard match. For me, it was harder than it had to be because of the fact that I didn't really know the support meta back then. It was around the time where I think Ardent Sensor came out, or it might not have been, but support meta was really like volatile, and in that you can get counterpicked really easily, and it would really mess you up in lane. Like your laning phase would be almost impossible to play if you didn't have like a okay matchup or like a good matchup. So I had to think about like wanting to pick for that weekend, and I had a somewhat of an idea, but it wasn't perfect. So I think that if I knew like how to draft better at the time, then it would have been a lot easier series. But they pulled like Tristana, Alistar versus us, and it was pretty hard. I think that Dig as a team currently, or the current iteration of the roster, plays around their pressure really well. I think that like they each know their like roles in the game. For example, in the games versus Dig this weekend, actually, I thought that Keen played really well, especially because he kind of absorbed all the pressure and gave up some CS and got himself behind, which he like had to do, or else he probably would have died. But I think that was a really good adaptation that he could do in the game. And with the incorporation of Altic and Adrian into the roster, they finally have a bot lane, or they have a bot lane that's like reliably at least even, and if not ahead, and they know how to lane pretty well. So I think that with those strengths, they have like Someday, of course, who obviously is really good in top lane, and I think that him and Shrimp have really good synergy together. So I think the roster overall is just pretty solid roster, and against like the top teams, Keen's doing really well against like our pressure that I usually put mid. So I think that they're gonna do pretty well in playoffs.
I'm not entirely sure if Dignitas was just a whole lot better than us, or if we were playing like not that well, or like our understanding of the meta wasn't good. I haven't fully come to understand everything, because I feel like I need to see a lot more of the playoff games to really see like if Dignitas goes up against TSM and they just lose out. It's like, well, maybe we just weren't that good. But if they go up against TSM and put up a really good fight, it's like, maybe they were really good and we just weren't as good. So I feel like I need more time to really like truly judge Dignitas' strength. Yeah, there wasn't anything noticeable playing versus Adrian Altec. The final game, me and Smithy definitely screwed up because we got killed in like a 2v2 fight, but it was just because we like started the fight on Janna instead of going on Sivir, where like if you go on the Sivir as our combo just on Alistar, like she just gets knocked out of the fight and they can't play. But we went on Janna, so we got killed, and then it was still fine even after that. But I don't know, generally in the lanes right now, like there's not really angles for like kills that often. That was like the only one that even happened that whole series, I think. Besides that, it was just like 3v3s, 4v4s, and that kind of stuff. So yeah, they're good. They didn't give up any like super advantages like some lanes do.
What's next for me is to kind of take these losses as something that I can like improve myself with. Honestly, I could have worked a lot harder this split than I had been. I think it's a little bit of, I wouldn't say complacency, but I think that I was taking things too relaxed and like not playing as many solo queue games as I should have. Like it's not like a horrible thing, because with that time I go to the gym, or I go like bond with my team, go out eat and stuff. So it's not like the worst thing, but I think that me playing more solo queue and me stepping up as like the person who should lead the team in that respect, again for Gauntlet, I'm just gonna work as hard as I can, and I guess just make sure we win it again like last time.
My team was just like, I didn't think I performed really well that series, and I was just like super disappointed in myself for practicing so hard but not playing super well on stage, and just I fell out of my game, and I just need to improve for Gauntlet to make sure that we can go to Worlds.
Well, what's next for us is just preparation for these next few weeks leading towards the Gauntlet. We need to make sure we're in tip-top shape to beat whoever is in the Gauntlet as well. Ideally, we get the highest seed, but there's a chance that we have to play 2 best-of-5s, and that'll be okay as long as we can improve ourselves to a point where we can beat whoever we're going to face.